I'd never played glitchy or hacked Paradox games before. Well, actually, I'd never played hacked Paradox games before, but after the experience I had, I'll never want to again. My tale is a warning. If you see a game like this, do not buy it, do not play it, and most importantly, do not eat it with a side of Caesar salad. It all began when my local Best Buy was going out of business. The housing crisis had hit me hard. The only apartment I could afford had a broken sink and structure that felt like a slight breeze could destroy it. I was hoping to play a new game at the cheapest cost I could. I walked into the empty store and much to my dismay, it seemed empty. However, upon closer inspection of the shelves, something in the corner called to me. I could almost hear it whispering, beckoning for me to approach.
Hey, Chimu.
I walked up to the near empty shelf and saw a disc with no case sitting there, covered with red blood. The only part of the disc that wasn't caked in blood was the logo of a game I had on my wish list, Europa.EXE 4. Underneath the logo were the words Chimu.EXE, written in someone's blood. AB, I think. I figured that this must come with some expansion pack, so I was very excited to buy it given its cheap price. As I picked up the disc, I heard an old voice behind me yell, "Stop!" It was an old man with gray hair hunched against a cane, with an almost ghostly appearance. "This disc has caused me endless trouble. Do not follow the same path as me." I looked at the disc. Maybe he had a point. It did look slightly strange compared to a normal Paradox disc, in that it was shaped as an oval instead of a circle. I looked up and he had disappeared. I was shaken to my core. I had just been visited by a ghost. After 0.01253 hours, the sound of automatic doors pierced the silent, ominous, hyper-realistic air. The ghost was walking out of the store, sneaking out as if he didn't want to be seen. It was then I pieced the situation together. He was trying to mess with me, so I went, bought the disc, and drove home. I booted up my custom gamer PC that I made back in high school and put EU4 into my disk drive. My hardware started roaring, ever on the verge of imminent collapse, and my keyboard lit up into its signature rainbow colors. The game started installing, and my heart stopped as it said it would take 6.66 seconds to download, before immediately changing to 2 minutes because of how slow my computer is. My heart resumed. When the download finished, the game asked if it could have access to my computer. I said yes, but as I did, the text changed for 1.304 seconds and asked if it could have access to my soul instead. I was almost proud of Paradox for adding that. They were finally admitting to the demands their constant DLC makes. I went to start the game, but instead of the normal EU4 launch icon, it instead had the words Chimu Universalis with the Chimu flag on it. It seemed normal at first, but on closer inspection the flag's red was blood red. I found this revolting, and not the color. The nation of Chimu was the scum of the earth. After much debate, I decided to click on it anyway. The flag gave off the look that it wasn't friendly, and that it would try to sell you a used car that barely functioned. As I launched the game, it gave a warning that EU4 would cause death, which seemed odd. I thought it must be because I picked up a pirated copy of the game. That was pretty cool in my eyes. So I decided to start playing as soon as possible. The game loaded up normally until it got to the main menu of the game. What started off as average quickly turned into a horrifying image as the continents were on fire, and the text turned into Satan, Chimu Universalis 666. The version number was 6.66. This left me unable to speak. "What is this?" I cried out. The last time I had checked, EU4 was on version number 6.65. I followed the dev diaries like a religious text and had a mental breakdown that I missed this new update. After 411.224192 seconds, I finally regained composure. I hit the play button, but instead of getting to select a nation, I was forced to play Serbia, Iron Man mode only. I thought that this must be the tutorial. The game lagged as it tried to load, blood red glitches appearing in the corner. My heart began racing, but then I remembered that this was a paradox game. My heart calmed. This was normal. The information screen that normally appeared was replaced by a few simple words. This game shall be your last. I started a game by recruiting a general, who was named Statin, and fabricated a claim with Bosnia and improved relations with Hungary. I wanted to get ready for the Ottoman invasion and repel them, as was customary for an EU4 pro like me. Don't ask me how I was a pro, this was literally my first game. The invasion of Bosnia started like normal, and my large number of mercenaries were no match for the AI. But then, after the battle, the enemy unit model didn't disappear like usual, but instead fell down, wounded, and started bleeding hyper-realistic blood. I thought this was just a normal part of the game and kept playing. As I celebrated my victory, the Ottomans suddenly attacked me with no casus belli. The sound was glitchy, like someone had recorded it, dropped the tape in acid soup, then compressed it into 2 kilobytes. The AI wasn't supposed to do that. There was even a song chiding the idea of not using a casus belli. I wondered if it had been a bit flip that caused such a brazen mistake to curse my game. Whatever it was, hopefully it wouldn't happen next time. I went to the menu to quit, but found that the entire menu had no buttons in it, so I continued the game. I frantically panicked as the Ottomans moved towards my capital. I didn't have enough troops, and no one wanted to ally with me since I was already at war. I spammed more mercenaries and got ready to hope for a miracle. The Ottomans arrived and rolled a 666 on the attack die. I didn't know the number could go that high. I only rolled a 1. I could hear a scream as the unit model fell down, just like the Bosnians did. I wasn't sure if the scream was mine or part of the game. What happened next still haunts me to this day. I heard a shrill voice yell out, "Full annexation!" as a horrible image emerged from my screen. A demon with the colors of the Chimu flag was in front of me. The only thing on his mind was ending my life. I sat there, stunned. I couldn't believe my priest was right. Video games were a direct path to Satan this entire time. The demon slowly got closer with its hands outstretched. I had more than enough time to back away, but I was so terrified that my body had shut off. My cells weren't even dividing. I closed my eyes as I felt this demonic creature wrap its hands around my neck. I was saying my final goodbyes as I felt its grip strengthen around my windpipe. I knew that this was it, and I realized this situation was avoidable in hindsight. Just as I accepted my life's 1-to-1 KD, I heard a loud explosion. I was dropped suddenly and violently to the ground as the creature was forced to retreat back into the screen. Opening a portal straight to the Devil's Throne was too much processing power for my old PC. It had finally cracked under the sheer pressure of this task. I gave a silent salute to it before heading to sleep, as I rationalized that this whole experience was probably some new VR without the headset technology. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of a truly horrifying tale.